Good morning, folks. Today we're going to talk about lean and low, lean protein, low sugar diet. This protocol is a low fat diet, just like the sugar diet is a low fat diet, just like the low fat diet is a low fat diet. It is Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. And here's another low fat or zero fat item here that we have. Nice cup of black coffee. Got that Folgers black silk to get my morning started. And I would love to sit here and have a coffee talk with you, but I ain't got time for that because I'm an adult human and I have to go help maintain another adult human, which is part of my life every day. So I'm gonna get started with that, drop him off at his day program, and we'll get into food after. So the reason I bring up coffee is because coffee is a trick used by influencers, to maintain and also to lose weight. I've done it on this channel 100 times. Coffee is a diuretic. Caffeine in general is a diuretic, but it's especially prominent in coffee, especially if you're drinking it black. But it doesn't even matter if you're drinking it black. It still increases stomach acid and helps aid in digestion. Plus it helps you to... Coffee aids in being able to stave off food longer. It helps kind of like a satiety type of effect, or some kind of effect that like an appetite suppressant. Not really satiety, but it is a very good natural anti-suppressant. And it goes hand in hand with energy when you're walking. I can vouch for it on that. So, yeah, there's that. There's that part of it. Lean protein. Now, it's funny when you look at dieting and the influencers and the coaching that goes on behind us, or not really behind the scenes, but right in front of our eyes. When you look at that stuff, everybody's trying to leave something out, whether it's carbohydrates, whether it's fat, whether it's whatever, in order to restrict is the key. Once somebody brings up fasting and calories and lower once people bring up fasting and calorie deficit, they're both the same thing. One's done intermittently, one's done a little more stricter, as far as fasting goes. In my opinion, fasting really comes down to 24 hours or more. But they call that intermittent fasting. That is really just calorie restriction. It goes hand in hand with calorie restriction. Once you start talking about those two things, you've lost the plot of your diet. Which is one reason why Cole Robinson right now is talking about a low-fat diet without restricting, without fasting, without the scale. So I'm doing low-fat. And I'm doing a 10-day protocol. And the reason I'm doing it is to show you that low-fat is the same as any other diet out there. You can achieve weight loss results with lean protein, with moderate sugar. We'll call it lean and low. Lean protein, low fat, low sugar. Lean protein, LP. LPLL. Lean protein, low fat, low sugar. Yeah, got it. All right. I'm going into this Aldi's to get my lean protein source for today. Now, it doesn't have to be the fanciest or the hardest to prepare lean source of protein. It could be a simple lean source, and that's when I'm going to go get a few simple lean sources of protein for this 10-day protocol that I'm doing right now. Call it a protocol, but it's just a 10-day experiment. People are doing their experiments. I'm doing mine. I want to do mine. This is going to be mine. And at the end, we should have some pretty daggum good results. Now, we will. It is going to happen. Good results is going to happen over the next 10 days. Over the next 10 to 11 to 12 days. How many ever days we got left in this month? We'll just say 12 days from now. 10, 11, whatever. I'm overthinking it. Oh, I'm feeling good today. A little bit beside myself today. So, what's the message? Lean and clean. Low fat, lean and clean. That's the diet. Ooh, I'm about to get down in them 36 waist pants, y'all. Ooh, I'm feeling the lean. I got 10, 11 days left. Shoot, I might be closer than 34 waist before too long. Man. But the one thing is for sure, once you get into those 30s and you over a 6'3" man, then you know somewhere in those 30 waist pants, that's where you want to be. 38 being the top, you know. Knowing you still need some work, you know, you got to move it on down. 36 and 34, you about midways there. Well, 34, 33, and 32, all them ranges right there, real slim looking for somebody my height size. Once you get into those 20s, you might have went a little too far. Yeah, you might have went a little too far once you hit them 20. I mean, because your bone structure matters too, right? Somebody like me wasn't mean. Never mind. I'm here to talk about food choices. I just got back from the grocery store, so we're going to talk about some food choices. Now, these ain't always my most optimal food choices, but you know, if you wanted to do some quick food, of course, the blueberries. That's a big staple for me. Lots and lots of blueberries. I ate lots of those. Potatoes, I didn't get any because I got lots of those already over there, and I got them piled in the cabinets. I got them frozen in the freezer. My wife gets on to me and says, "You buy way too many potatoes." I said, "But you know, I can't run out of the potatoes. I can't run out of them." But anyway, I like other things besides just potatoes and stuff too. So I got other things like these steamers. That's a quick meal, you know. Some blueberries and some steamed vegetables, you know. Got them carrots and broccolis and them cauliflowers all together. This coleslaw. I love steaming up this carrot and cabbage coleslaw blend. I love that steamed. That is so good. That's been a staple in my diet lately. I will steam this whole bag and eat it at one time with some potatoes and some chicken breasts. Speaking of chicken breasts, I got 2 cans of this chicken breast here. 4 servings per can. Them big, huge cans of chicken breast. And I also got, you know, regular frozen chicken breast that I can cook up. But you know, if I'm in a hurry, I like to have this canned chicken around, you know, for my protein source. Perfect to have around. And these days are super cheap and super good. Look at that. I got them there. Baby carrots. If I'm not in the mood for potatoes, I can have either some peas or some carrots. Man. So I ain't got nothing left to do now but cook up some food and eat it. I also got some Brussels sprouts over there. I'm thinking about all of it, to be honest with you. But tell me what y'all think down in the comments. I mean, lean and clean is super easy. The weight is coming off in inches. The inches are tightening up, doing their thing. Keeping my gains. Keeping my gains, man. Look. What? Listen. I know my muscles are just kind of okay. I mean, they're not the most impressive out there, but they impress the heck out of me. If you want to lose muscle, go on the sugar diet. It'll lean and compact everything, you know, from your muscles and take them down, you know. Hey, listen. All I can show you is results at the end of the month. You know, like I showed you last month. All I can show you is the results, and those results I'm gonna reflect in my waist size. I mean, that is better results to show people than scale weight. Because it's inches lost. Man. You know the scale has went down when the inches have went down. But the thing of it is when you get to a certain leaning out point like what I'm at now, you might lean out and the scale may not have such an impressive number on it. I'm telling you. This time I'm just going to show you the 36. I'm not going to restrict weight for 2 days just to show you the leanest amount of water that has dropped out of my body, just to show you a 10, 12 pound weight loss. I could be up 6 pounds or so full of water, or 7. Remember The Biggest Loser? When they wanted to cheat the weigh-ins, they'd actually weigh less, but they drink a ton of water to weigh more in order to manipulate the results that they were having. Remember when they doing stuff like that? That's what scale weight means, and people are forgetting. Go watch episodes of The Biggest Loser. They used to manipulate that scale by drinking a ton of water. Goodness gracious, Oscar. They manipulate that scale by drinking a ton of water. And that way they wouldn't get kicked off the show, or they were trying, you know, to not get voted off the show by the other contestants because they wanted to stick around, try to win all that money. You remember that? Y'all remember how they done that? You can watch YouTube clips of The Biggest Loser where them contestants be doing that stuff. Yeah, they do that in a big way. They be restricting. They be down in weight, and they couldn't hide it from their waist size. You couldn't hide it from their waist size, but they could hide their true weight by manipulating that scale by drinking a bunch of water. Restriction works the same way. You could restrict for a day or two to let your body drop all of that water and make it seem like you're at a lot thinner weight on that scale than what you may actually hold in water once you refeed and rehydrate. This is the message that is trying to be pushed right now. And it's also the message that is trying to be pushed against. All I can tell you is at the end of the day, the results for me matter most when it shows in the waist. Tell me what you think down in the comments. And that is all I got for this video. So until the next one, you folks have a good one. I'm hungry. I gotta make me some food now.